Say as I blacked out for a second, then remembered screaming, parents rushing in, window closed again. That's what Mom believed it was a night terror. She started taking me to therapy. We lived there 3 more years and I never got used to it. My brother stopped talking about the white lady, but not because she stopped visiting. When I was 8, I rode my bike every day after school. Small houses, big trees. I knew every crack in the sidewalk, knew where the mailman stopped. One house down the block, I liked it. Had to ride near the corner to see the yard-long driveway. Wide lawn, older men stood there most afternoons. Always wore a hat, standing at the curb where the driveway met the street, looking down the road. When I rode by, he'd wave and say hi. Never stepped off his driveway, never came onto the sidewalk. Just called out and then went back to watching his yard. He called out, "Nice bike," asked if I wanted to race to the corner. I said no, Mom'd be mad. He smiled and said, "One day." Then he talked about birds on his fence. I started looking for him when I was biking. 1 week, he stopped coming out. I rode past the house. No one stood in the driveway. Curtains closed. A few days later, I saw a woman in his backyard. I stopped my bike down the block so she wouldn't see me too close. I sat and watched for a bit. Then she opened a side door and went around the house. I pedaled slowly, looked down the block just to make sure Mom was outside. I pushed my pedals hard, ran across like my life depended on it. The house looked bigger up close. I felt not allowed to be there. Stopped at the end of the drive near the back gate. She heard me, turned. I saw a small boy with a red bike standing at the gate. Surprised but not angry, she wiped her hands on her dress like she'd been working and said, "The man you described, that's my husband." I smiled, thinking maybe she'd say he went on a trip or inside and she'd go get him, but she didn't smile. Said he had died the year before, died in his chair. His name was Harold. A cold space opened in my chest. I asked if she had a picture I wanted to see him. I looked close, and there it was, thin pale scar from ear to mouth. But the man I saw, no scar, round, plain face, smooth skin. I told her, once I saw a mark on his cheek, said he'd rub it sometimes under stubble. She said again that scar had been there for years, and that he'd hide it under stubble. His name was Harold.